Welcome back to Love Uninterrupted. I am Love, and I have a message for a shaman with Egyptian or Kemetic roots. The outside of this message, I want to state that all messages that come through are to be seen through the lens of the scales of balance, meaning seeing all the messages come through as a balancing of your inner masculine and inner feminine. You may be a Libra or have Libra placement in your birth chart. If you are not sure about the placements in your birth chart, I have left a link in the description box for you to get a copy of your birth chart for yourself. So I'm just going to get into this because I don't want to make this a long message. I don't want to ramble a lot. This is absolutely a late night channel message, although I am going to use oracle cards as a way to gather some messages as they come through, if they come through. If you have seen feathers on the ground, birds may have some significance for you. If you find a feather on the ground, please add it to your medicine bag. There are talismans that are being presented to you for your work. You will find them in your natural environment. You may run across them. Maybe you run across a feather in the grocery store, a parking lot, or at a park, or something of that nature. So hold on to these items because they are on your path for a reason. You may find yourself immersed in what may feel like a training ground, because it is. You are being trained for your next phase. The drum may have some significance to you. You may resonate with the drum. I'm hearing like Native American music. Your spirit animals are very active at this time, wanting to communicate with you. So I'm being brought back to the feathers. You may be finding other things in your environment though that are connected to animals. Maybe you see beetles in your environment, even roaches, which a lot of people don't look too kindly upon roaches, but they are insects. They are creations of the divine, therefore they have some spiritual significance to us, and us being aware of them or aware of that spiritual significance then gives us some insight when we begin to see these things in our environment. There are constant symbols and signs that are being shown to you. Simply look at your natural environment, watching clouds, stars, leaves, insects, animals. If you see animals coming across your path, I'm hearing in the next few days actually to pay close attention to that. or simply be more mindful of it as you see animals come across your path, whether they be in real life, on television, in a book, magazine. I'm getting the thought of King Arthur, that recent movie that has come out with Mark Wahlberg. So even a dog, which is very common, a common animal to see, there is some symbolism there for you to decipher, of course. Trust in the guidance. When you receive guidance, and we are receiving guidance every single day, the things that you have fed yourself for that day, or the days leading up to when you are in a space to receive clear guidance, all the things that you have fed yourself will have an impact on how that guidance, that inner guidance, is received by you, how you hear it, how you respond to it, and whether you act on it and or how you act upon it. So you are being encouraged, strongly encouraged, to pay very close attention to what you're feeding yourself. And in this feeding, what is meant is not only the foods, the physical foods that you are putting into your body, but also what are you feeding your mind? What are you feeding your consciousness? So what are you watching? Okay, what are you listening to? What are you reading? The people that you're spending time with, if you are spending time with others, what are they talking about? What are they feeding you? What information are you taking in? Because all of these things are contributing to your response when spirit speaks to you, or when you are hearing from your partner, your counterpart. There are some who are looking for new information, the most valuable information that can be given from any spiritual counselor, guide, and reader, diviner, and or shaman, is to seek your answers from within, because your answers from within they always guide you to where you need to be in that moment. And those ones who are asking for something new are seeking a cheat code, if you will, for someone to give them the answers. But all of those answers are within. Shaman. I am addressing you in this way because Spirit is asking me to address you in this way. The abilities that you have had throughout your lifetimes have multiplied, and they continue to multiply as you continue to feed yourself with accurate knowledge, which is knowledge that is really being pulled out of you. The words that you hear in this moment are simply pulling out of you what you need in order for you to continue on your path. It is not leading you. It is not telling you something that you don't know. His voice is simply standing as a conduit for you to know your own power, your own strength, your own abilities. She spoke of birds. The birds are a representation not only of your connection to spirit, your connection to the animal kingdom, but also a representation of your freedom. Freedom in knowing that you can be exactly who you are, who you know yourself to be, who the divine has called you to be, which is why you are here. Your past is creating a blockage for you at this time. Scenarios that you have experienced either in this previous lifetime, which would be also previous lifetimes because it is a cycle that has not yet been broken. But your abilities as a shaman gives you the capabilities to travel to the lower world or the past, to travel within your own consciousness, within your own spirit, that which you know how to do, and access those parts of you in the past to heal, to inform, to educate, to protect. You may do this in your dream state. You can consciously make a choice, make a decision, create an intent to access your past lives, your past self, in moments where your spirit or your soul was fractured, some traumatic event, an event that caused soul fracture. You have the ability to access that within your dream state. You may see in this dream state animals and or ancestors, or you may call upon animals and or ancestors, your spirit guides, spirit animals that you connect to naturally, or spirit animals that come across your path. As I mentioned, your ancestors, you may call upon them to assist you in your dream state in accessing those parts of yourself. This is a journey. This is a spiritual journey that you are embarking upon. But your imagination is powerful. Your mind is powerful. And you can, if you find yourself anxious about what is being presented to you as your options, you can journey in your mind through your imagination, setting the tone for what this experience will be. I am seeing a drum, so the Native American music that I spoke of, or Egyptian music for that matter. I do believe I actually saw some Egyptian music earlier today on the platform, so I will attempt to locate that, and I will place that in the description box as well. This drum actually will awaken parts of your spirit that need to come online at this time in order to assist you. This could be parts of yourself that will help you in retrieving. Likely it will, because I'm showing a phoenix, so this is a part of yourself that has already risen from the ashes, so it has the ability to go into those depths, the depths of yourself, in order to retrieve those fractured parts of your soul. And I'm seeing that the sound of the drum is going to help you. It's going to help your spirit and your soul journey to that space. Now, if you're listening to these words and you are feeling some uncertainty or fear around this, I understand that. Fear is it is a part of our human experience. It is not something that we can escape from, no matter how much we ascend or elevate or are in high vibration. We are still going to encounter fear. And having an understanding of fear and seeing it as a human emotion. It is an emotion that we experience when we are encountered by a situation or circumstance that is new to us, it is unknown, or we perceive it as unknown. We perceive it as our inability to move past it. But fear is an indicator for us. And walking towards that fear is what allows us to really synthesize the energy. The emotional landscape is one that is foreign to most humans, because it is the landscape that we have been conditioned away from, what can be said, the least understood. But that water, that emotion, that emotional cup, if you will, holds a lot of value for us. And having an understanding of our emotions and being able to be immersed in them, connecting ourselves to water, connecting ourselves to water creatures so that we can connect to or relate to the immersiveness, if that's a word, of water, of our emotions, to be able to swim through it no matter what that emotion brings. A dolphin may be significant to you, a shark, starfish, sea turtle. Animals, again, are significant here. Deflect any negative energy, any negativity that comes. And I know that can sound easier said than done, but it isn't, actually. When you feel negativity, which really equates to fear, and fear can show up in many forms, but when you feel that, call it out immediately. Because in calling out fear, and when I say call out fear, I mean like noticing it, like acknowledging this is what it is. It's fear. It's anxiety. It's, it can manifest in a number of ways, but when you know what the energy is that is arising, acknowledge it. And in acknowledging it, you're deflecting its energy, its negative energy, and I'm using air quotation marks when I'm saying negative because there really truly is not a negative energy. It is an energy that may feel uncomfortable because we have not learned how to work with it. We have not learned how to transmute its energy into something useful for us, but we're able to take that energy and deflect its negativity and use it for something positive. Use it to fuel us, to fuel yourself. If we're talking literally within the work of a shaman and protecting yourself in any sort of spiritual work, if your work calls you to, commonly be in places, bells may be beneficial for you in deflecting negativity that may be directed at you when you are called to various places and spaces. Prayer. Utilizing prayer as another form of protection is highly beneficial for you now. I am hearing, how do I pray? To be quite honest with you, in my humble opinion, prayer is just communication with your higher power. Direct communication. Any communication that you are saying out loud, even internally, mentally, but out loud I feel like is more powerful because you are expressing your intentions, you are expressing your desires to not necessarily a being outside of yourself, but the higher power that you know that you connect with within. And you hearing your own voice do that, I feel, has extreme power. Let's get one more message and then we will close this out. Soul retrieval, we've spoken about this already. So reclaiming, you are certainly on a mission to reclaim fractured parts of your soul, and what you may find is that you are also doing this for other people that you are being called to and or connected to. So the work that you are doing here is very powerful. It is very important, and although it may seem very heavy, Spirit wants you to be very light about it. The message of prayer is also a message of hope. And it's a message of freedom, of what has been promised to you and every other soul on this planet. So I'm going to leave it here. I pray that this message connected with you. If you are still listening and hear my voice, then you are a very unique individual, because I do absolutely nothing to market and or promote this content other than be myself. So count yourself as a cool ass person, because you were guided here to this spot, and I'm truly grateful for that. So with that said, I hope to talk to you next time. Peace.